Hello students, welcome to Btech360. You know that we've been doing a series of colleges or institutions which you must keep as a part of your consideration set beyond NITs, IIITs, GFTs and even IITs for that matter. In that process, I'm going to present one institution which is an institution of national importance, which means it's funded by the Government of India, and the Government of India treats it as one of the most important institutions for the growth of the nation. And this, of course, is not necessarily offering a BTech, but the outcomes that this program has is far better than many of the BTechs. Before I present, three requests that I always have for you. Please subscribe to Btech360. It's very important for us to know that you're supporting us or you're actually using our content. Two, if you want to talk to any one of us, there is a WhatsApp number, messages on the number, and one of our counselors will call you up. And if you want me to cover any of the institutions that you want to know more about, please message us and we'll be happy to cover that for you. Now, the institution I'm talking about is an institution of national importance. Now, INI is a status that's given to very few institutions which are funded by Government of India, which the Government of India feels are very important for the growth of the nation or for the development of the nation. And this institution is such. It was founded in 1931. Much before independence. P.C. Mahalanobis, the biggest economist that India had, actually found, was a lecturer at a college in Calcutta, Presidency College. And there in a one-room thing, he actually founded this particular thing, which is because he believed that this subject, which is statistics, is extremely important for the growth of the nation or for the planning of the nation. In fact, the 5-year plans were developed along with him by the Nehru government in those days. So what we're going to talk about is Indian Statistical Institution, right? Indian Statistical Institute. It's based in Calcutta, and by the way, now it has 4 more campuses also, but we're talking of Calcutta. And the outcomes of all the other three campuses also are similar. So you must look at this as a more comprehensive thing of ISI, which is Indian Statistical Institute, and not just for Calcutta, though we're presenting the data of Calcutta only at this point in time. We'll talk about the placement stats, the salary data, the recruiters, the job role-wise performance, all those things we'll discuss. But more importantly, what kind of courses does it offer? What kind of roles does it offer? And what are the student outcomes that it actually commits itself to? All those things we'll discover at this point in time. Right. And now, one of the things I earlier told you also that we are doing a series, right? We've already done about 7, 8 of those earlier colleges. The idea for us is simple, that we believe that you must keep a lot more colleges than just the IITs, NITs and IIITs, because they are very, very good colleges that are hidden in gems across the country, which are far better in terms of student outcomes, which is placements or the kind of companies or the learning or the skilling that happens. It is just that they're not a part of the consideration set because many students don't even know that they exist. How did we, actually discover them or rather, identify them? We actually looked at the placement numbers, the kind of program that it offers, the kind of learning it has, and the kind of people who passed, graduated from the institution and how they're performing in their lives. So we looked at all these things to identify about 30 institutions. We covered about 7, 8 of them already. Please look at them if you've not already looked at them, because each of them might be a life changer and game changer for you. One of those colleges might be the college that you'll ultimately get yourself into because you suddenly realize that that is a better option for you than even an NIT or a IIIT. And the entire objective and purpose for us is simple, that how do we expand your options? How do we ensure that you know of institutions that you might not have heard of, but they offer programs which are much suited for you and actually promise or commit to a better student outcome, which is placements. In that process, we'll talk of Indian Statistical Institute. This was established in 1931, as I told you, right? Sometime in 1955, I think it became an INI, but till then it was a standalone college. And it became an INI in 1955. Campus size is 30 acres of land. The total students is 1,108. Mind you, the program that they offer is largely focused on statistics and mathematics, right? So if you're very keen on mathematics and statistics, if you're very good at numbers and number crunching and all, this is the institution for you, right? A lot of students come and ask me, sir, I like maths, what should I do? This is what you will do. If you don't like physics, chemistry and those kind of things and like maths only, this is one of the best options that you will actually come up with. 85% are boys and 15% are girls. And 65%, 66% of the students come from outside the state of West Bengal, which is obviously because the institution is so well known that people from all over the country come and join this place. And about 16 students come from outside the country also. So that's the kind of range that it has. Now, what are the programs that it offers? It offers a UG 3-year program where the number of students that are right now there is 216 across 3 years, mind you. And it also offers a PG 1-year program and it offers a PG 2-year program also. Typically, students who study here, they don't stop with UG, they actually move on to PG. In fact, all the students almost invariably go up to a PG level and move on with it, because that's when the real outcome, which is student placement, happens. But because it's 3 plus 2, 5 years, and your BTech is 4 years, this makes a lot of sense that, instead of doing a 4-year BTech program, you can also do a 5-year program here, where the placement commitments are far, far better, and I'll show you how that works out also. Now, this is the batch size for the UG 3-year program, right? The 23-24 batch, if you see, the intake was 110. The admitted students was only 79, because they're very strict in terms of the quality of student that they will take. And graduating in time was 55 of them, and all the 55 of them moved to higher studies. So every student who, because it's a 3-year program, and they do a 3 plus 2-year program and then move on from there, and I'll show you how it works. So across the board, if you see, 62 graduated and 62 moved to higher studies. 55 graduated and 55 moved to higher studies. When they move to higher studies, which is PG program within this place, what happens? This is the 23-24 batch, which actually was the intake. 382 students were the intake. Admitted was 328 only. After UG, they come to the PG. Of the 328, 291 graduated. So we're dealing with about 90% plus graduation. 227 of them were placed, and 64 moved to further higher studies, which is typically statistics and mathematics. You also move on to a PhD, because you want to be in the academia, which is a great possibility, because the institute is such. It's essentially a research institute more than anything else. It's not like placement institute in that sense. But having said that, the 227 students who were placed, the median salary is 21.77 lakh rupees. This is far better than any of the IIT, any of the NITs, and in terms of the median salary. I'm talking about the median salary, right? And 100% placement. You show me one institution in this country which actually has that 22 lakh kind of a median salary. I'm not talking of IIMs, by the way. I'm talking of an undergrad program, because this is 3 plus 2, mind you. 22 lakh rupees kind of a salary and 100% placement, which is what this institution is all about. Here also it's 100% placement. Here also it's 100% placement. And across the board, you're dealing with 17 lakh, and 22 lakh kind of a thing. And increasingly, with AI being really upping the game, people who understand mathematics and statistics will always have a firmer ground in terms of finding the career path, and not people who are learning coding. This is much more to do with research and all. It is not that coding is dead or anything like that. It is just that in terms of preference, people who understand mathematics and statistics will have a higher grounding, higher demand in the market than what you have in terms of BTech otherwise. So 100% placement, 21.77 lakh students, and many students also move for higher studies because they want to pursue a PhD, because people who are into this kind of a space typically keep moving for the higher studies and ultimately become in academia. So that is what we're talking about. The reason why we're recommending this is this kind of a placement outcome is what you have for the UG program that you actually saw there. What are the UG programs that you have? You have B.Stat Honours, which is a 3-year program. You have B.Math Honours, 3-year program, and you have B.S. Data Sciences Honours, 4-year program. Right. So at this point in time, B.S. Data Science is still open for application, but otherwise also you should keep looking at these B.Stat and B.Math also. Right. And by the way, this one, for example, B.S. Data Sciences is in Kolkata, Delhi, and Bangalore. All 3 campuses have it. Data Science plus ML plus Analytics. Right. This is pure math plus statistics and physics. This is statistics plus maths and CS. Right. And of course, there is eligibility, which is math here, and here it's math and English, whatever. Right. But that's the eligibility that you have. But what we're talking of is these 3 undergrad programs, and you must keep an eye on these things. And some of them are still open for application, so you must go there. And what I'm saying is this simple, that after this you must do your PG there and then get on with that. That will be a very good career path for you. We don't have the placement data of the BS data science and all. I wish we had that, because that's a 4-year program like to like. But trust me, anyone who's passing out of this, the kind of people that they're producing, they'll always be in demand, and hopefully they will, you will also look at that and start considering that as a part of your option set. Right. Now for B.Math and Stat, some of the academic programs have more than one channel of admission. Right. The default channel is referred to as the ISI test channel. ISI, which is Indian Statistical Institute, has its own test. Admission through ISI test channel is conducted through a written admission test, followed by an interview wherever applicable. Right. So we're talking of an ISI test, which is a written test followed by an interview. And these are the parallel channel names, which is INMO channel they call it, which is for B.Math and B.Stat. Now, how many seats are there? How many seats are there? And we're talking about the non-GRF programs, by the way, here. Gender neutral seats is 63, SSFC is 16, and INMO channel is 5. So you also have an INMO channel, which is small number of channels, right? But across the board, you actually have B.Stat, B.Math and all, where in all, if you see this whole thing, we are talking of 63 plus 16, 79 plus 74 seats in the B.Stat, another 74 in B.Math, and 75 in B.S.DS, which is data sciences. So you essentially have in all about 225 seats, 223 seats out there, right? Of which general is so many, right? And OBC NCL is so many, and so on and so forth. By the way, this total is wrong because this is only for BSDS is what it's showing, this 75, but this is a separate total 29 plus 29 plus 28 general, and that's how you move it OBC and because it's a public institution, so you actually have all the reservation category being followed here completely, right? Now, what is a test, right? One is for the B.Stat honors is ISI test channel, right? B.Stat honors also is InMo channel. You also have both. So 5 seats, as you saw earlier, was also through the InMo channel, which is a separate channel. But look at the ISI test. You must look at the ISI test always, right? These are very important. You apply, give the test, which is MCQ math, plus clear cutoff. There's a minimum cutoff that's created. Most of the people don't give this test, and that's the reason why many of the seats are vacant, because all of you give JEE, but you don't give this test, right? But if you give this test, then you actually get into this pathway. If you're interested in mathematics, this is the pathway for you, right? Then clear the cutoff, with the minimum cutoff that happens. Give test 2, which is in descriptive math, right? And then final merit. So unless you clear the cutoff, you don't give the descriptive math. You are filtered out there itself. The filtration process is very extremely strict here. But if you pass through this, you actually get fantastic benefits in terms of what you learn from there, the kind of people that you're studying with there, the kind of institution that you're studying at, and of course the placement if you want to have placement. Most of these people move up the ladder in terms of studying further and doing research and then becoming an academia. Now, then you have the InMo channel. I'm not going to talk about that. Here also is the same thing. Apply, give the test, clear the cutoff, give test 2, which is the descriptive test, final merit list and admission. That's how it works. Now, B.Stat, as I told you earlier, 79 students is what it is. Number of seats, and B.Math also 79 seats, of which test 1 is 120 marks and test 2 is descriptive is 80 marks. In all, 200 marks is the total examination paper that you have. If you want greater details on Career 360, we actually publish a complete thing of what the exam and the sample paper is, so you can actually download from there also, right? Now, selection process for admission, InMo channel, there are 5 seats only, so I'm skipping that at this point in time, right? How to get into the data sciences, which is a 4-year program. Here, complete the 10 plus 2, 25 or 26 with math and English. So that's minimum subject. Math and English is compulsory. And score 75% marks, right? 65% for SC, ST and PWD. Appear for JEE Main or CUET. So the pathway here is JEE Main or CUET with math and English. So you actually get a rank in JEE Main or and math and English, and then apply to ISI through the application portal. So once you get this score of JEE Main or CUET, you apply through the application portal here. Selection is based on your exam score. There is no ISI test here. So for this BSDS, there is no Indian Statistical Institute test. That's only for BS Mathematics and BS Statistics. For BSDS, which is Bachelor in Data Sciences, there is no ISI test. There is only a test through the JEE Main or CUET Math and English. Apply to ISI through the application portal. Selection is based on your exam score, not ISI test, right? And get rank admission based on merit plus reservation, whatever it is. So simple, you have a JEE Main score. If you like math, if you don't get a college of your choice, which is IITs or NITs, the best of the NITs, come here and go through the BSc program. This is far more better worth than what you push yourself to get into one of the NITs at a lower level branch in a lower level NIT where there is no placement happening. That is a choice you must not make. The choice you must make is much more informed, which essentially is that if you don't get into the best NITs, keep this as a part of the set, and this will figure in somewhere after 1 or 2 iterations that you have, and this will always figure in, because your JEE Main rank will get you into this as compared to a low ranked NIT or a branch not of your choice, even though you like mathematics. Then this is the pathway that you'll always take. So for BSDS program, what you have is you create a composite score, but it's all based on, remember, it's all based on JEE Main or CUET Math and English, and the composite score that they'll create is 85 minimum for general category. It's coming out of the JEE Main score, remember that. And for OBC NCL, it's 80 marks, SC is 75 marks, ST is 75 marks, and PWD is 75 marks. So remember always that this score is calculated from the JEE Main score or the CUET Math plus English score. What is the kind of stipend that they have? So this one very important thing for all students, right? Many of the colleges you're trying to pay the fee and all, but in this kind of institutions, you actually also get a stipend, right? For B.Stat, B.Math, the stipend of fellowship per month is about 5,000. For M.Math, it's 8,000. For M.Tech CS, M.Tech CRS, M.Tech वगैरह is 12,400. The PGDM in statistical methods and analytics is 3,000 is a stipend. JRF is 37,000 rupees plus HRA as per rules. And for senior SRF, it's 42,000 plus rules. And there is a contingency grant also that is per year that's given. So what is happening here is when you choose this particular college, you also get a stipend and not just that you're only paying fee and waiting for something to happen 4 years down the line. And if you're the fee, the tuition fee that we're talking of, while you're getting a stipend there, your bachelor of BSDS is 1 lakh rupees and PGDM statistical is 20,000 rupees is the thing. Now those programs are different and this program is different. Here you have a bit of a fee which is 1 lakh rupees per semester, but those programs actually, which is B.Stat and B.Math and all, you actually have a stipend coming your way. Now, what is the category-based waiver? 100% tuition fee waiver for BSDS also, for SC, ST, PWD. For income-based waiver, you again, remember, only for those two programs we're talking of, 100% full free for family income of less than 1 lakh, and 1 to 5 lakh, 66 per, so which means you are only paying 33,000 rupees per semester as fees. And that's only for the two programs. Remember, for B.Stat, B.Math and all, there is no fee, zero fee, and you actually get a stipend. And for BSDS program and the PGDM program that you actually have this kind of a fee structure where, again, for certain categories, 100% fee waiver, and for if you are unable to pay less than 1 lakh per year, 100% fee waiver, and less than 5 lakhs, 67% fee waiver. So you're paying next to nothing in a certain sense. As I said, very clearly earlier, if you look at the fee structure and everything, for B.Stat and B.Math, there is no fees, right? 5,000 rupees per month is the stipend you get. For BSDS, 1 lakh per semester waivable and no stipend mentioned. Masters, no fees, 8,000 rupees per month as stipend. M.Tech, no fees and 12,400 rupees per stipend. And GRF and SRF, no fees and 37,000 to 40,000 rupees per month as stipend. And plus HRA also, by the way, for GRF and all. So these are institutions which actually try to nurture the best minds in the country to work within the country and contribute to the growth of the country. So what we're looking for here is people who are interested in mathematics and statistics, people who have this, number crunching ability and understand data and understanding numbers and really are focused on working on these spaces. And what you get is no fee at all and actually a stipend in your hand. And you actually get a fantastic career if you want to take a, corporate immersion. I've shown you earlier about 20 lakh rupees plus kind of a median salary. And 100% placement, or you want to go through research and academy and all, you can also go through that pathway also. So that's the option that you're dealing with. So what we did also is that we looked at LinkedIn to understand how the students who studied at Indian Statistical Institute, how are they performing, where are they working and those kind of things, right? And there we found about 4,200 plus students who claimed that they studied at Indian Statistical Institute. And when we looked at that, about 58 right now are working in HSBC, in TCS 49 are working, JP Morgan Chase 43 are working, EY 26 are working. And mind you, these people are very strong in mathematics and statistics, so it always works for that. In fact, at HSBC, 154 people worked at some point in time. In TCS, 247 people worked at some point in time. JP Morgan Chase 112 worked and EY 81 worked. So essentially the best companies is what these people who studied here are going and working at. Right. Moving further, we also looked at how are they domiciled, where are they placed, right? And this is a very stark number, which is very important. This actually is a report card of how good this institution is. 80% work in India, which means 20% students work around the world. 20% students work around the world. Of this 20% students, 14% work in USA. The institution is so strong that the alumni of this institute actually are finding jobs and career paths not just in India but outside of India also, and growing up the ladder because they're very strong in mathematics and statistics. And that works for them. So 14% of the students who study at Indian Statistical Institute are working in USA, 1% are working in Canada, 1% are working in UAE, and 20% are working all over the world. And that is a report card that you must be looking at. And for example, Karnataka, 16% of people are working, Tamil Nadu, 3% people are working, and so on and so forth. And this kind of a report card will happen only when the institution is so good that it relies on quality in terms of admission, it relies on quality in terms of the kind of faculty it has, and it relies on a lot of research and academic research to ensure that the students are skilled so much and learn so much that they grow up the ladder and in terms of the career path, which is the way this institute is doing. So for me, the simple thing is this: if you're getting the JEE main rank, And if you're not getting the college of your choice, which is NIT and all, where the student outcome is more or less assured, and if you really like mathematics or any of those subjects, then this is a great option for you, because 5 years is what you invest yourself in to do the PG also, and then you can actually decide your career path yourself in terms of research or getting onto a corporate ladder where about 20 lakh plus is the kind of median salary that you're likely to get. I hope this helps you. If you want me to cover any other institutions, please write to me here. I'll be doing that. Please follow our other videos that we've done, which are essentially about other engineering colleges which you might have missed out, or other great options for PCM students which you might have missed out. Look out for them, and most importantly, subscribe to Btech360. Thank you so much.